It has been a crazy first week of the NFL free agent period. Moves flying left to right. But the Kansas City Chiefs still didn't add many new faces until late last night. So you already know what it is. So let's cut the chit chat and let's have some fun. Chiefs Kingdom. Free agent period has been moving fast and furious. And if you've been like me for the last, 5 days now, you have been on X, you have been on Instagram, you have been on Facebook, you have been on any social media that you can be to try to get any Chiefs news and rumors, just scrolling left and right and waiting for Brett Veach and the Kansas City Chiefs to make a move. And we haven't had any moves, at least new face moves. We did sign Irv Smith Jr. and we have been bringing back a lot of familiar faces, but we're not here to discuss that today. And if you are not, please do subscribe to the channel because we will address all of those moves in an upcoming video this weekend. But right now, we are focused on a sole purpose, and it's what Chiefs Kingdom has been hoping for, and it is the Chiefs need a new wide receiver piece, and we just seen wide receivers going left and right off the board, and they were signing for big money, whether it be Calvin Ridley, whether it be even lower tier guys like Curtis Samuel last night. Well, the Chiefs finally added their guy as they signed Marquise Hollywood Brown to a 1-year deal worth up to $11 million. And if you would look all over social media, it's funny. You would think Hollywood Brown would be the next coming of Jerry Rice in that addition that the Kansas City Chiefs made late last night. And that's not the case whatsoever. But it is a testament of to how bad the Kansas City Chiefs receiving core was last year. Now, yes, they came through in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl, but Chiefs Kingdom did not want a repeat of what happened last season. I mean, shoot, for crying out loud, this receiving core led the league in drop, and they knew they could not let that repeat to try to be a three-peat Super Bowl champion going into this year. So you knew new faces had to come, and you knew Chiefs Kingdom was getting antsy. So with an addition like Marquise Hollywood Brown, it is definitely an upgrade, and it is definitely a signing I love. Now, it is not out of this world, nothing crazy, but I do love the signing, and I think he will complement Rashee Rice very, very well. And also with this signing as well, you got to look more in depth into it as well, is this draft. It's loaded. It's loaded heavy with wide receivers. So best believe Brett Veach and the Kansas City Chiefs are far from done. And if they can add one of these back end top guys, whether it be Worthy, whether it be Mitchell, whether it be McConkey, the list goes on and on. You add another piece there, and this wide receiving core is already miles ahead from where it was last year. I mean, just look at it. You got guys like Travis Kelce. Yes, he's still a Kansas City Chief. You got Rashee Rice coming into his sophomore year, so you believe he will take strides to becoming that 1,000-yard receiver. And then now you got a guy like Hollywood Brown, who has never really been in a pass-heavy offense. And a lot of people will take slights and jabs and be like, what do the Kansas City Chiefs think they're doing by signing basically a quote-unquote bust? Which is far from his label whatsoever. Because when he started his career with the Baltimore Ravens, you've seen the shine. You've seen what kind of playmaker he would be. But you also knew when he was with the Ravens, that's not what they are about. They do not rely solely on the pass. When you got Lamar Jackson and you got whatever running back they have out there, that's a run strictly team. And then on draft day a couple years ago, he was traded to the Arizona Cardinals. And we're like, okay, that's a very nice piece for the Cardinals. And he gets to reunite with Kyler Murray. And then unfortunately, he ended up getting hurt his first year, which kind of downplayed everything that went on, and he only played almost half the year, a little more than that. And then you rewind to last year, Kyler Murray is out the whole year. So you don't really get to see what Marquise Hollywood Brown is about. And I love that we get the opportunity to see that. And I think what's really great about Hollywood Brown is he's literally betting on himself. And he literally said, I want to go play with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is something we were anticipating kind of last year was, what receivers will come ring chase, will bet on themselves, take that 1-year deal and say, hey, we're going to do this again next year and I'm going to get my bag. And it just didn't happen. We thought DeAndre Hopkins, we thought Odell Beckham Jr. would do that, but they went chasing the bag. Literally Marquise Hollywood Brown at a 1-year deal worth $7 million with incentives going up to $11 million is saying, hey, I'm going to chase this ring and I'm going to put up my numbers and we're going to get that bag next year. But I want to play for this team and get a ring. And we literally saw it too, which is funny, retracting a little bit as well. When the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes went on a run, Marquise Hollywood Brown even tweeted saying, man, Patrick Mahomes is different. And you could tell right there, receivers want to play for Mahomes, and that was great to see. And it's going to be fun to see him being involved in this offense because he brings a dynamic threat that the Kansas City Chiefs have been missing since they lost Tyreek Hill. I'm not saying he's Tyreek Hill, so let's not stretch that. But you can tell the Kansas City Chiefs wanted that burner, that over-the-top guy. Whether they try to find it in McCole Hardman or MVS, it just wasn't clicking. Now, you got a guy like Hollywood Brown who can stretch the field, but also brings unique gifts and threats to the playing game where he's not just a burner. He can be a possession receiver and get open. He gets open and he is really, really good with his hands. I saw a lot of people saying, oh, he fits well with the Kansas City Chiefs offense because he drops the ball a lot. Now we're just throwing false narratives out there and we're just trying to throw hate just because it seems like it's the cool thing to do. Hollywood Brown's drop weight is very, very low. So it's a definite improvement for this team. And now I'm excited to see how Brett Veach and the Kansas City Chiefs attack the rest of this free agent period because you can literally, here's how I imagine it. If you can somehow, some way, and it's a far stretch and it's something we'll talk about here coming up shortly unless it happens, but if you can find a way to keep L'Jarius Sneed, which is what the rumors are, or even extend him past this year to a long-term deal, the Kansas City Chiefs won this free agent period. You retained the best defensive tackle in the league and locked him up as a Kansas City Chief for life. You are retaining some of your defensive players that helped you lead you to win a Super Bowl because that was the sole purpose. The Chiefs won a Super Bowl last year. Let's not get that mixed up. And now you're bringing young offensive pieces and they will continue to bring this depth and core pieces throughout free agency. Just take me to the draft because that's where Brett Veach excels and that's where everything shines the light the brightest. I'm excited. I'm glad the Kansas City Chiefs finally found a way to get a weapon. I don't think they're done. I think they will add another weapon in this free agent period. I don't know if it'll be the likes of Mike Williams. I hear that's the rumors floating around. But if Mike Williams wants to take a deal like Marquise Hollywood Brown did, hey, I'm welcome. I'm open to it. But definitely believe a guy on the tier like maybe a Richie James, a McCole Hardman will be another piece here. The Chiefs are always going to look to revamp and retool this wide receiving room, so it's not going to be done. Whether it be in the free agent period or in the draft, stay tuned because there's a lot more moves ready to happen. It may not be the sexiest name, but Brett Veach knows what he's doing, Chiefs Kingdom. With that, I'm going to close off this video. I wanted to give you my initial thoughts with the Kansas City Chiefs signing Marquise Hollywood Brown to a 1-year deal worth up to $7 million, $11 million. I got that all twisted up. Let's rewind it. 1 year, $7 million, worth up to $11 million in incentives. Chiefs Kingdom. Jump in the comments down below and let me know your initial thoughts and takeaways. I'm taking out. Y'all take care. Peace.